Hello and welcome to Nightly Nerds. I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger. And if you caught us in the last episode, we were talking about like the one thing that frustrates, I think, both me and Tote here with the American school system, or really just the school systems around the world. At least
here.
But mostly because we can only speak from the American side of it.
And Clark County.
And the Clark County in Las Vegas. But just like the things that I never knew about that... I mean, I'm 27 and I just applied for Medicaid so I can get insurance. So I don't have to pay a gigantic fee for not having insurance. And I was completely clueless on what I was doing because it was something I've never taught. Granted, my parents could have taught me, but they didn't, and not entirely sure why. But it's not their fault. I could have asked. Still, it was just like something that would have been very helpful for the school to teach me in the first place. Like here's how to find good insurance, and
here's how insurance works, what it is, how it works. Here's how borrowing money works. Here's how a credit card works.
Yeah, here's a credit card.
What to do with the credit card. What to do with it.
Here's a credit card with you want to get this kind of interest rate and pay back whatever, and to build good credit and stuff like that. Balancing a checkbook, doing your taxes. I still don't know how to do my taxes because I'm.
Luckily, we have all the software they have now, and most banks you belong to, you can do it for free. It's just a simple tax. I mean, there's was it 1040 Easy or whatever the number is.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of different stuff. It's just
so you just answer questions and it kind of does it for you, but at the same time, you might be getting screwed over. You might be doing it wrong.
Yeah,
especially if you do anything where you're. It's not a conventional. We don't work for some big corporation that kind of handles that.
Kind of like what we're doing now.
Yeah, for this. So if we ever make money doing this, we have to figure out how we're going to pay our taxes, how we're going to pay ourselves, how that all works.
Yep.
And I really don't necessarily know how to do it, but I'm going to have to figure it out because I've done it before where I had a job where I was a third-party installer. And we were basically hired out by big corporations to install stuff like as vendors in stores.
Yeah.
Convenience stores, big chain stores, whatever. And the way I got paid, it was just paid straight out. There was no taxes taken out.
Yeah.
And I found out at the end of the year, 19-year-old me, oh man, you owe this much in taxes. Man, I don't have that money. I spent it all mostly. I only had a few $1,000 maybe on me, and that was going to Christmas that year, and I wasn't going to pass it. I wasn't going to pay the government. So, so I just it came around. I didn't understand you got to pay your taxes quarterly when you do that, or you should. You can pay it at the end of the year, but it's a big one lump sum. It's better to pay it quarterly or something. Where if you work for, Joe Blow company out there, it's taken out automatically.
Yeah.
Unless you have a bunch of dependents or something, and then it's a mess if you don't know what you're doing, and they don't teach you it at all in school.
No, and it's a very frustrating thing as just growing up into an adult.
We should probably start. Yeah.
We should probably start, and we should probably earn a star this time.
Yeah.
But just as when I hit 18, 19 amount of high school, I had no care in the world. I just didn't start hanging out with my friends more often because you had all that freedom and everything. And then things got a little more serious. I started looking for work, and it was just I was bad at it. I'm still pretty bad at it. It's just something that I think just schools in general should teach, and just the last couple years of your school. And I usually go back to this because I'm I don't know a huge lot of it. But
I keep missing that.
But how I'm basing this purely off of anime, but how it's always portrayed in anime where it's the Japanese school system will have their they don't seem to go through the full amount of school years that we do here, and after a while they end up just oh yeah, your test scores aren't that great. Go learn a trade.
Oh yeah.
And I personally believe that every kid should have some sort of trade skill, like welding or something like that.
It needs to be on a burner.
It does need to be on a burner. But yeah, that's definitely something I think all kids should have. They should have some sort of trade, because whether or not they actually go to college and whether or not college actually benefits from them.
Yeah, not everybody benefits from college. No, don't do that much from here. Leave it here.
Yep. I need to plate that. I don't have any plates. Because there's like certain things certain skills I would love to have. I would actually like to learn how to weld and or electrician.
There's this weird thing in America that I don't know when it started, probably maybe the 70s or something, where like trades were looked down upon.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
So it's like, like again, like I don't want to, nothing against music and the arts and stuff, because I'm an artist. I went to school for it, but at the same time, maybe I would have been better served to go learn how to weld or to frame or some plumbing. Even though I did do plumbing, I was decent at it. I didn't love it.
I need the mushroom.
Sorry, that was my fault.
No, it's all good. Got it. Okay, yeah, continue.
But yeah, there's like this, like they kind of like look down, like, oh, and the academia now, because of that, is so expensive. No one can
tomato, please.
No one can afford that crap.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny that the group of people, I'm not like going anti-liberal or anti-conservative or pro or anything, but like the group of people who are all about, all about education and helping the underprivileged and stuff, who push academia. Now academia costs more than it ever did.
Yeah.
To go to college.
Mainly because states in the U.S. no longer provide like huge funding for it. It all has to be like alumni
Can't
backing.
grab that onion, I need it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like it's something I read about where like this back in the 70s, schools, like colleges especially, used to get funding from the states.
Well, I mean, they still do. There's still state colleges and all that stuff, but it just, and it seems so different than it was at one time or the other. I don't know an answer to everything.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know.
But like, I mean, like when my dad was younger, if he would have went to college, it would cost
serve that
pittance,
would you?
Compared to tomatoes. Put it on my side, or plate it and he handed it to me.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's as someone who hasn't gone to college, it's something I would like to do, but
it's not worth it, honestly.
Trying to pay for it.
Unless your job absolutely requires it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. As someone who did it, I wouldn't do it now. Put that on the heat.
Because one of my first.
We probably failed again.
No, we got a pretty good score. We broke 100.
Did we?
Yeah. As someone who like my first career, I like when someone asked me like, what do you want to do as a job, like the early years of high school, they asked me that, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I would love to be an architect.
Oh yeah, that requires school.
And it's just, it's not affordable, so it's like nigh impossible for me to do that without going massively into debt.
Well, like for art and stuff, like there's definite benefits. Like I went to an art school and I didn't graduate. I actually have the credits. I just have a couple of classes and a certain internship I had to do, and I just didn't get it done and ran out of money, and I didn't want to get another loan because I already owed as much as it was.
Yeah.
But
we should go back.
There were definite benefits to going to school for that. I mean, mostly it was the networking, it was meeting people.
Yes, networking is the most annoying thing with
kind of being forced to do artwork, because sometimes you get lazy and you just don't want to do it.
We should go back and earn some stars.
Being forced to do maybe artwork you're not comfortable with and stuff, that was the benefits. But mostly, for the most part, if you just got to do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a degree to do that.
Yeah.
So
it's like you have to know people, and that person has to know that you know what you're doing. And
but even then, if you just do good work, and especially in today's day and age, I mean, but even back in the day, like people like Mike Judge and stuff, he just did it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I figured we have to go back and earn some stars. So,
wait,
chopping some stuff. We got to make some burgers.
Can we chop anywhere on this one?
Yeah. Meat. We need meat.
Tomato. Lettuce.
I'm gonna toss over burgers to you.
And I cook it.
Yep. It's just crap. I feel that like the school system could be a lot better rather than just focusing on learn how to test, take the SATs.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm a good example of why that doesn't work. I'm a great test taker. Part of it, I think, has to do with video games. I think I just actually saw a study on that recently about how people who
quick thinkers too when it comes to video games.
I want you back here. I want meat on the grill. But yeah, people who are good at video games tested better. They just did better on tests. I think part of it had to do with
Thank you, phone. I thought I had
could
you
take
muted.
a test in a class I never took, and I could probably get a C on it. I'm not trying to brag. It's actually a bad thing.
I'm trying to make sure this thing is shutting up. No, I don't want my phone to go off anymore. Profiles. Silent. There we go. Because that was loud for on my end. I don't know if anyone else heard that.
I don't know if they did either. But yeah, so I need lettuce.
I think we lost our train of thought. My phone going off and you doing orders over there.
No, I don't know what that is.
Worth it, because I'll be on the other side. Lettuce. I gotta chop some lettuce.
Well, now I have lost my train of thought. Oh no, test taking.
Yeah.
Like, there's a skill in it, but it's not necessary. I don't think. I think it's actually a bad thing. I need lettuce on that. Oh, you got it.
Yep. Yeah, like I don't know. Test taking for certain things, yeah, that's great, but I don't know. I feel like it's a needed skill for a lot of things in this world. Like especially when I learned.
But my thing with problem with test taking is I learned to cheat.
Yes.
Cheat without cheating. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I learned how to beat the system. How to give the teacher the answer they want on the test. If it's like essay questions, stuff like that. I learned how to find the right answer easily in a multiple choice.
Yeah.
How not to finish the problem but still find the answer, even if it's one of the more difficult ones. It's not 100%, but it's enough to pass without actually knowing anything, without participating in the class. It's a bad thing,
Yeah.
in a way, because it teaches you to be lazy, that you can get away with it.
Well, and it's like a lot of the teachers I had towards the end of my high school year, they're like, no, yeah, you pretty much just have to learn how to BS your way out of an essay or whatever. If you can ramble along long enough, you can.
I need.
You need meat. If you ramble on long enough to buy yourself time in the essay,
throw some keywords in,
and
throw that away, will you?
Yeah. Yeah, and then you can get away with it, and I hate the fact that that's a thing. That's how
BSing
and just BSing being, of course, a very calm term for bullshitting your way through.
Yeah, BSing
an essay, or just things in general. And I hate the fact that that's something that you have to do.
Do we get 2 stars on this or 1 star?
We got 2 stars now, so we have an additional star to our total. We did. Oh look, I don't know. Those glasses just throw me off.
It's kind of Muppet looking.
Yeah, very Muppet looking.
Is that going to be an episode?
That is definitely going to be an episode.
All right.
If we forgot to talk, if we ended up cutting a thought short, do let us know in the comments and angrily scream at us. We might bring it back up later.
Or if we're just talking about crap, you're like, you guys don't know what you're talking about. Shut up.
Yeah.
That
I mean, because this is just our opinions on things we know some things about, but or at least just opinions mostly. But anyways, we'll
trades. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
we should learn trades more in school.
We should.
It should push you towards a job earlier in high school.
They should.
I know why they don't want to do that. There's that whole free spirit thing where you get to choose what you're going to be. But sometimes it might be nice to have some kind of push you direction. And then if that doesn't work,
yeah. And not to mention in high school too. They can easily be like, hey, you wanna learn some culinary stuff? Come work in the cafeteria. I mean, it's not the best stuff, but it's a work ethic in the food related things.
I don't know. I went to an inner city school, so it was basically just housing. This is daycare for high school kids.
But
it was just keep them busy, keep them from killing each other.
And you can give kids those purpose by giving them a job too.
No, you can, but that requires effort and work and money and teachers who can do it and teachers who are good.
You don't have to necessarily give them monetary value, but they can be working for.
Well, money for the school to teach those things.
Yeah, that's true.
And just a better education system. I think the worst thing ever is the whole federal education, no child left behind crap.
Yeah.
It should be done. Every school is going to be a little different. Every area.
And every kid's a little different. Anyways, we'll continue this thought in the next episode. But thank you guys for joining us. As always, like, comment, and subscribe. Always give us some feedback.
And I think that's it for this. So I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger, and we'll see you in the next episode.